Throughout the late 1800s and early 1900s, Canadian women fought for and gained greater rights. And as Canada became a more industrialized nation, the occupations of Canadian women changed. Through their accomplishments, Canadian women did much to shape Canada into the nation it is today. Mary Shad Carey was the first female publisher in Canada and the first black woman publisher in all of North America. In 1853, she founded the newspaper Provincial Freeman, which focused on advocating equality, temperance, and women's political rights. Grace Annie Lockhart was the first woman in the British Empire to receive a bachelor's degree. After she received her degree in 1875, many women followed in her footsteps. In 1883, Augustus Joe Galin was the first woman to receive a medical degree in Canada. Her mother, Emily Stowe, was also a doctor, but she had to go to the United States to get her degree. Adelaide Hunter Hoodless started Canada's very first Women's Institute in 1897. This was an important step because the institute promoted good education for women as well as social reform. In 1897, Clara Brandt Martin became the first female lawyer in the British Empire. When she was 16, she graduated from Trinity College in Toronto with a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics. Both of these accomplishments opened doors for future generations of women to pursue careers as lawyers or mathematicians. Corahine became Canada's first female journalist in 1901 at the Free Press. When she had applied for a position at the Free Press in 1882, she had been unable to obtain a job and had to work as a stenographer and secretary until they would hire her as a journalist. Jane Constance Cook was an advocate for the rights of First Nations. She testified at the McKenna-McBridge Royal Commission of 1914, a commission which focused on adjusting the acreage of various native reserves in British Columbia. Many women put a lot of effort into giving all Canadian women the right to vote. One of the strongest advocates was Lena Mcclung. She and her fellow advocates had to be creative when convincing others of women's suffrage. In 1916, she was successful, and the women of Manitoba were given the right to vote and hold public office. In later years, the other provinces followed suit. In 1916, Emily Murphy became a police magistrate for Edmonton and later Alberta. She had taught herself how the legal system worked and excelled in the field. She was the first female magistrate in the whole British Empire. Hannah, or Annie Gail, was the first woman to be elected to municipal office in the British Empire. She was one of the organizers of the Women's Ratepayers Association, and in 1917, this group encouraged her to run for the position. In 1921, Agnes MacLeod became the first woman to be elected to the House of Commons. She was involved in various political movements throughout her life. There are many more Canadian women throughout this time period who played a major role in shaping Canada and fighting for the rights of women. Due to the innovative and boundary-breaking efforts of these and other Canadian women, Canada has become the successful country it is today.